I can't see. I can't see. Hi everyone, my name is Jayla, in case you forgot, because it's been a hot minute. I did not intend to not film at all in March, but it just happened to be that way, even though there were things that I did film, and they just never made it onto the internet. Sam, your bookshelf tour is coming, I promise. It's just, I have to edit it like 3 minutes at a time every day, because every time I do more than 3 edits to the clips, the software just decides to crash. So I can't work at a faster rate, or admittedly I could, but then I would have to work on it every day, and who wants to deal with that all the time? Anyways, that's not what we are here to talk about today. Today I'm going to finally talk about some gosh dang books. The bio says she buys books and sometimes she reads them, but yet where is the proof that I've been reading books? Wrap up is also coming. I have to film that, but I feel like that's going to be a lot easier to edit because it's not going to be 10 years long like the footage for the bookshelf tour is, so hopefully that'll be coming soon. But there are also, if I look crazy, I cut myself bangs, and I guess they're still too long. I like them. I've been rocking them for like a week and a half at this point. I don't think there's anything wrong with the length they are, but sometimes when they're like freshly out of their twist, they're still too long, so you gotta wait for day 2 and 3 for them to shrink up a little bit. Anyway, that was not important, and you didn't ask for that information. I'm just saying, if I look crazy, I am aware. They're not really cooperating with me. I'm not sure what to do about it. We just gotta wait. We just gotta wait. So let's talk about books now. So what are we doing? What are we doing in this month of April with all of its wonderful things that are happening? I don't actually know if there's anything wonderful happening. If anything wonderful is happening, let me know. Are there any books I should be excited for? I truly have. I would be remiss if I did not mention that Fevered Star is coming out in April 19th. Like, what? Why would I? Who am I? I'm gonna get fired. Anyway, get yourself a copy of this baby. This is not a part of my April TBR because I have already read it, but it should be a part of yours before you put out your April TBR videos. So if I get this up in time, because everyone's already posting theirs. But anyway, this is the sequel to Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorst, one of my favorite fantasy books of 2021, because I read it at the beginning of 2021, and it was just delectable. This book is so good. I loved being back in the world. Lots going on in this. Definitely a action-packed sequel, and I'm very happy to have read it early, even though we're not going to talk about how long it took me to read it. I was just trying to savor the flavor. Speaking of other excellent fantasies, I'm planning to read The Dragon Republic by R.F. Klong this month, which I'm kind of sad about because I was supposed to read this last month. I was supposed to read the entire trilogy in March, and I didn't end up doing that. I read The Poppy War, I absolutely loved it, and I was eager to get into this one, but I was also in the middle of like 3 other books at the time, so I was like, let me finish those first, and then we'll get into this one. But unfortunately, it just didn't end up happening that way. So yes, I'm going to be reading The Dragon Republic, and I'm supposed to be reading The Burning God as well, because if you don't remember, I'm supposed to be doing this challenge for myself where I complete a fantasy, well, not necessarily a fantasy series, but any series that's completed on my shelf, as in if I have all 3 books in the series, I have to read that in its entirety in that month. It's actually kind of a hard challenge. I don't know why I thought it would be easy to maintain. I've already completed one series that was a duology, so obviously a little easier. And then I started reading The Winter's Curse again because I got fancy editions. And so I've been rereading that, and I didn't finish that one for February. And then for March, I started The Poppy War, but didn't finish this series for that. So it's just not going well, which means I have a lot of catching up to do this month. So one of the series that I need to complete this month is the Poppy War Trilogy, and then another series that I need to complete this month is the Winter's Curse Trilogy, which I am on the last book, and for some reason I've only read like 80 pages of this one, even though I love this book. But I do need to hurry up and finish this because this is my February series, and obviously I'm starting to get a bit behind. Even though I have to play catch up, I do still need to start another series because it is now April, and that means a new series this month. And since I am kind of putting myself into lots of debt, in more ways than one unfortunately, I am going to do another duology The tricky thing about this is that I'm gonna like run out of duologies when I'm really burnt out and can't do like the City of Brass or whatever, which is one of the series I need to complete. So I don't know if this is the best idea to put all of my duologies at the front of the year, but yeah, I'm going to be reading The Midnight Lie, also by Marie Rutkoski, and I figured I would just go ahead and knock out this series because she's also the writer of The Winter's Curse, and I love that trilogy, so I'm feeling like I'll really love this duology. I don't know what it's about at all, but I do know that it is a fantasy. I feel like no, is it fantasy light? I'm not sure. I know it takes place in like a different setting, a fantasy setting. But I believe it follows a sapphic main protagonist, and that's all I know about it, to be honest. I can give you a little something. Let me read. What would make a good quiet girl get herself in trouble, especially when she has so much to lose? I'm gonna guess love. Aww. Set in the world of the New York Times bestselling It's set in the world of the New York Times best-selling Winter's Curse trilogy, or the Winter's Trilogy, I've just been saying it wrong. This epic LGBTQ romantic fantasy is about learning to free ourselves from the lies others tell us and the lies we tell ourselves. I did not know this took place in the same universe. Where? What country? Is there a map? Is there a map where I can see the other? No! There's no map. Anyway, I just got 10 times more excited about this. I feel like if I had known that 3 years ago when this first book came out, I think it came out 3 years ago. If I had known this a long time ago, this book would have already been read. Whoa. Oh, it came out in 2020. Okay, just kidding. 2 years ago. Anyways, I've been going on about this for long enough. These are 2 books that I'm planning to read in April. Another book that I'm planning to read is Bitter by Kweke Emezi. I somehow was able to snake my way into a little buddy read with Mo from the Roomies Digest and Stephanie from Stephanie Bookish, so I really just like intruded on their thing. But I have no regrets because I absolutely love Pet, and I'm super excited about this new release, which is a prequel to Pet and follows the mother from the first book. So yeah, I'm gonna have a great time. I don't know when they're reading it. We have to not discuss this at all. I only know that I'm allowed to do this because Mo mentioned in her video that I was a part of it, and I was like, oh cool, I'm doing this. I don't even have the book yet. Let's get on that. But I'm excited. I'm very excited. Thank you for accepting me into your fold, Mo and Stephanie. Love you. Speaking of other group reads, so I'm a part of this thing. You might have heard of it. You might have seen some of our reading sprints, but I am currently enjoying lots of smutty reads. Well, why did I say enjoying? Enjoying is such a strong word that I did not mean to say at all. I am currently reading books featuring a lot of smut, and I'm reading them with Manda from Ginger Snap Reads, Sarah from Sarah Shelves, Catherine from Catherine Zofree, and Christine and Mo from the Roomies Digest. And together we just kind of sit on sprints and read the same book and react to the book, and also people can read it with us and react in the comments and stuff like that, and it's been a very fun time, except for the part where we actually have to read them. And I know that's going to be the same exact energy for this next book that we've chosen for April, because we will be reading After by Anna Todd, which is literally like the last thing I wanted to, like, I would read 50 Shades of Grey over After. I would read 365 Days over After. I would read something really freaking weird over After. Unfortunately, this was Sarah's choice. It is Sarah's birthday month, and we are going to honor the birthday girl's decision to read this book. So if you have any interest in reading After, or you just want to suffer, if that's kind of your kink, then come on down to Sarah's channel. She'll be hosting the sprints this month, and I think we decided that we'll start this, I don't know what next Thursday is, so let me give you a date. I believe we decided we're going to start the book on April 7th, which is next Thursday. Well, whatever day you see this, it'll be a Thursday. But anyways, yeah. So we're doing that. So excited. I love spending time with them, so I'm not like super bummed, but I really just don't want to read that book. Happy birthday, Sarah. Sarah's birthday is April 15th, by the way, so if you want to show her some love on that day, make sure you send her a nice message, comment, give her all her videos a like, whatever you gotta do. Subscribe to her, but also subscribe to all of us if you haven't already and you're watching this video. Everyone will be linked down below. I think that's kind of everything that's officially on my TBR for this month, which nothing is official when it comes to me because I'm a mood reader, and TBRs are kind of dumb because this is my TBR. This is my TBR. A little pile of books, that's not my TBR. So anyway, that being said, I just wanted to talk about some honorable mentions that are probably going to be sprinkled in here because I'm actually kind of sick of fantasy, and everything that I just showed you has been fantasy. I'm not sick of it in the sense that I don't want to read it anymore, but I'm just like, oh my god, I don't read anything else anymore. So I wanted to sprinkle in some other reads. I especially need to work on getting through my Book of the Month books, which I really appreciate, not sponsored, but I like that it helps me get books that are in genres that I wouldn't normally gravitate to. So I have Razorblade Tears here, I have The Push, and a couple other ones would be Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson and 56 Days. This one is like, I don't know, I think it's more literary fiction, but it has such a wacky premise in the sense that these kids have powers where they can burst into flames. But the story is approached with very literary writing, so I'm excited about that. And then these three are thrillers? Question mark? I know this one is a thriller because it says it on the cover. And it follows a couple that is quarantining together, I'm assuming for 56 days. But, you know, secrets are unveiled. They actually were dating for like barely a month or so, maybe a few months longer before they quarantined together. So it's like, I'm sure they're gonna go crazy together and not actually like each other. This one is about two fathers who team up to avenge the deaths of their sons who were killed in a hate crime against LGBTQ people. So trigger warnings for things like that for sure. I've heard nothing but great things about this. Christine from the Roomies loves this. Lots of people love this, but she especially was telling me, I just actually received a message from her that said, if you don't read Razorblade Tears, you're not really my friend. So I think she's very much leaning towards this one. I actually put a poll in my Instagram stories, so I think I want to get to all of them. Obviously, I'm not going to, but I'm going to let Instagram decide which one I prioritize this month. And right now, Razorblade Tears is winning. And then finally, The Push is a psychological thriller, I want to say, about a woman who was pregnant and like just had a baby or something like that. But I don't know too much about it, and I don't want to know enough about it, but I just know that it kind of has themes that I think would really, really interest me. So I'm super excited to read this one. So that's everything that I want to read this month. I really want to get back into reading because I feel like the more I read, the more content I feel like making. And unfortunately, I haven't read that many books this year, so it's led to not that many videos. But we'll see how it goes. You know, life gets busy, but I just gotta treat it like a job, I guess. But like a fun job, a cool job, a job that you love doing no matter what. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, sorry for the long absence. I miss you guys. It's just so hard to get in front of the camera sometimes. I'll link all the information for things I mentioned down below in the description. And if you like this video, give it a like, please. If you have any ideas, thoughts, concerns, comments about the video itself or the books that I'm reading, leave a comment down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel for more videos from me. They'll come eventually, I promise. Until next time, I'm done talking. I'll see you soon in another video. Goodbye!